everybody. Welcome to another week to our podcast, Passage to Your Heart. I'm Davina,
And I am Erica.
and we hope you're all doing well. We did skip a week last week. I just want to throw that out there and talk about what happened. But I got my second COVID vaccine and I got sick. So I was out. I could not do anything for about a day and a half. I don't know if any of you experienced the same thing. For those of you who have gotten your vaccine, um, it was the strangest thing. Some people have side effects and the others none at all. I know, Erica, you said you didn't have any, which the first vaccine I know, I felt a little sick, but it was only overnight.
Mhm.
And with the second vaccine, it seems like it lasted a day and a half for me. But then come the following day, so that would be, yeah, day 2.5, I would say, around 2.5, I felt like a superwoman. I literally felt super strength and, got so much done around the house and I felt great. So I just wanted to throw that out there and just let you know why we missed a week. So thank you, Erica, for being patient and everybody out there who looks forward to our videos. We do hope you're enjoying them and you're growing and learning along with us. And again, if you have any questions or comments for us, feel free to throw them, you know, write us on comment on our YouTube video or DM us on Instagram, message us on Facebook, our email as well. Passage to your heart. Is it 222? Passage to your heart at gmail.com?
At gmail.com.
At gmail.com.
Not to do.
Okay. So this week we will be talking about meditation and the benefits of meditation, the different kinds of meditations there are. And Erica's going to grace us with her own guided meditation so we can all get a feel for that. And hopefully it'll help us all for this next week. And, you can save this video. And if you really like it, you can play it whenever you'd like. And also you can use it as a guide if you want to, come up with your own meditations. So before we get into that, let's go ahead and I will share with you the tarot card that I pulled for the week. And one thing I did want to mention is, yes, I pulled them for the week so we can have a little guidance and know what to look out for and how to handle certain situations. But if you're listening to an old video and you like one of our previous videos and you feel like there's a connection to the card on that video, then that card is meant for you at that time. So I wouldn't say, it's only for the week that I'm pulling it for. When I do my meditation and, my protection, I do throw in there, it's for the week for myself and Erica and all of the listeners for that week. But also I throw in there, or help us whenever we may need this guidance, whenever we, come across it. So just keep that in mind. If it is an old podcast and you do listen to the tarot card portion of our podcast and you really connect to it, take it as it's meant for you at that time. So for this week, I pulled the Knight of Cups. Some people refer to it as the Page of Cups. So I did want to mention also that cups have to do, whenever you pull a tarot card that's a cup, the suit of cups, it means it's dealing on like an emotional level or a conscious level. It's associated with love, like your feelings, relationships, connections. So the cups really are tied to your heart, emotional stuff. Not necessarily bad all the time, but it does mean that you're in for like, something that has to do with your feelings, emotions. So the Knight of Cups, if you look at the tarot card, it is a knight riding a horse. And you see like a flow of water because cups are also associated with water emotions in the background. And this the meaning behind it is that this knight is really going through like this emotional time. He's a master of charm and knows how to attract others. So that's the emotional connection part of it. The knight is known to be caring, in touch with his feminine side. So for you male listeners, you may find that this week you'll really be in touch with your emotional side. Not saying that all women are in touch with their emotional side, but it's a little easier for us, I would say. So us women as well will be going through some emotional um, situations. Could be a really good emotional situation, like maybe you feel extra in love, or just really good with yourself. That's a possibility as well. But what it means is that there's this creativity in the air at this time. So, for any of you who have been maybe sitting on a project or wanting to do something that you're passionate about, I would say this week is a really good time to get that started. There's really good energy in the air. So, anything that you really, really connect to, um, I would start it now. So you're going to be full of imagination, full of ideas, and just in a really good place. So, there's no need to be in a hurry to finish up these projects, but it's a good time to actually take the first steps towards that. And also, the Knight of Cups is known to be romantic. He's the romantic one of all of the tarot cards. So, and I think Mother's Day is coming up.
Yeah.
So, all of you people out there, make sure to just pay attention. Give a little extra love to your moms out there. Mothers do a lot in their life and daily.
Mhm.
Yes, even if the kids aren't in the house, I hear that, it never stops. So give that extra love to your mother. We don't know how long we'll have our moms. For those of you whose moms have passed away, I sympathize with you, and just know that your moms are always with you, or mother figures are always with you. They never leave your side. So just try to do something romantic for your partner as well. I think with the energy in the air, it will be triple fold the feeling. So the intention behind it, the person receiving it will feel that intention behind it even more than on a regular day or a regular week. So,
Perfect. Thank you for
yeah,
that.
you're welcome.
That's a good card. Good.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so too. And I think it's really nice to see that there's like, even though cups are more feminine, you know, um, in the feminine versus the masculine,
Energy.
it's nice to see that knight. So a male figure in
Mm,
his emotional
mm,
side. I
mm.
really like seeing that. So, meditation, where to begin? It's so beneficial for us, and I personally don't know what I would do without meditation. Erica, I know you're big on meditation as well. So, I guess some of the benefits of meditation, you can really balance your mind, and it's really great with calming anxiety. It
Mm,
promotes like this tranquility and a sense of like security,
mhm,
I would say. Some say, and I actually agree with this, because that it helps boost your immunity system.
mm.
Because if let's say you're highly stressed, you're more prone to becoming sick, so it kind of brings down your immune system. So if you have a regular schedule, or a regular, you meditate on a regular basis, I think it really can help in that sense, because your anxiety will be low, your stress levels will be low, which would result in a boosted immunity.
Yeah, I would say meditation, if you saw our podcast 2 weeks ago for grounding, they go hand in hand. They really do, because um, just like grounding yourself to feel supported and feeling like you're not moving, at least that's how I feel when I'm not grounded. I'm like, ooh, everywhere except here. So, meditation is the same way. It hones you, it stabilizes you. It, once again, it just puts everything in a I don't want to say box, but it just really, the way I see it is like your shoulders are grounded and you're like balanced. So
Mhm.
you are not more so on one side or other. When I'm not meditating or when I have gone a while with meditating without meditating, I get more emotional. I take things more personal. My fuse is shorter. I am not as patient. So I know it's very crucial because, like I said, the grounding and meditation they go like hand in hand, and they're very, very, very similar.
Mhm.
There's a lot of recordings out there that you can look on YouTube, and they pretty much they go hand in hand. And there's some where it's like meditation slash grounding meditation. So
Mhm.
and those are awesome.
I
So,
agree 100%, especially with the patience
mhm,
aspect. I notice if I'm not meditating and grounding
mhm,
myself, I have low patience, which
mhm,
everybody knows that's outside of my normal character.
mhm.
Um, you know, I have my moments where I'm impatient, and you can bet that when that's the case, it's because I haven't meditated or
Right.
it's time for a grounding session. So I
And it's
agree
funny
100%.
because you do when you do meditate,
Mhm.
you seem like more like go with the flow, sort
Yeah.
of like beach vibes, sort
Mhm.
of like I don't know. It reminds me of the turtle from Finding Nemo. Like the yeah, dude. That one.
Yeah.
I don't know
Crush.
what his name is. What is
Crush.
Crush?
Yeah.
Oh,
You can
him.
tell I like
So
that.
it's more like
Right
that.
away.
Seriously. So it reminds me of that, and I think that's how it is. More things are smoother, and things roll. You roll with the punches, and it doesn't cause as much stress as it would have
Right.
otherwise.
I agree. I agree. Um, and honestly, it helps bring you back to your natural state.
Mhm,
Like that's what I was kind of hinting at. So when I'm not meditating and grounded, I'm not in my natural state. So I'm more sporadic, I have more anxiety, I have more stress, less patience, like we said. And that's just not my natural state. My natural state is more peaceful,
mhm.
calm. So whatever your natural state is, it helps bring you back to that level.
And it
Also,
makes you more present. I'm sorry. It makes you more present as
oh,
well.
for
You're
sure.
more you're more aware of what's going on now versus like feeling like you're everywhere except now. And
Right,
then you miss those little things.
right.
It's pretty awesome because
Yeah,
you don't miss those little things that we said also in that other podcast. So
yeah.
it keeps you present with your family at
Sure.
work, and it brings the best of you.
Hmm. So it allows you to be in a state where you're open to receiving messages
Absolutely.
100%. So
Mhm,
it helps with your connection to spirit and just,
mhm,
uh, balance.
mhm.
It brings positive energy, I would say, because when you're relaxed and in your natural state, um, at least for me, and I know a lot of you out there as well, you're able to be more positive. And also with your output of gratitude into the world. So you're
Right,
able to be grateful for things
right.
because of all the things we just mentioned. It's easier to see the beauty in life, the beauty in this world when you're not so like stressed out and, on edge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm. Mhm. So, how to meditate? I know you're going to do a guided meditation for us, which
Yes.
can't wait for that. But maybe we can go through and kind of give some pointers to everybody of how to meditate. If you're a person who has more energy, like a high energy, and you feel like dancing and meditating, by all means, do your dancing and meditating.
There's actually a meditation where you are dancing. I mean, the Native Americans, that's what they do. They dance while they're chanting and they're doing their drum circle.
The drum.
Some, and then also like I know in Brazil, I think they do also like and the like they're in a circle and they're dancing.
Mhm.
And to be honest with you, sometimes when I'm meditating, I just want to dance,
Yeah.
and just because And I remember when we went to that shamanic circle, I don't know if it was the time that we went, but one of the times that I went, I know Quinn had said, Quinn is the host. She's the one she's a shaman. She said, if you just go with what your body is feeling. So like Davina said, there's no right or wrong way. Just listen to your body and your own body is going to tell you what to do. And you're just go with the flow. And it may seem silly at first because like, okay, this is weird. I'm here in the room, whatever. But you feel so much better afterwards because you're giving your body what it needs.
Right. That's true because there are times that I prefer to sit. There are times where I prefer to lay.
Mm-hmm.
And I think those are the only two that I've ever tried. So I'm curious to now test different positions now when, the best way to meditate.
And I mean, it's not saying, I mean, maybe that is like actually
Mhm.
getting up and moving, but I know I move my body like
Mm.
in certain rhythms or whatever comes to my mind and I
Mm.
go with the flow. But I don't like sitting meditation myself. I prefer laying. Just like my grounding, I do everything laying down. So I lay down when I do my meditation. That's the best way for me.
Right, right. And honestly, as I'm thinking about it, when you're dancing, let's say you're, out dancing or even in your home dancing,
Mhm.
it really is a form of meditation
Yeah.
because you're in your zone, you're feeling happy, you're outputting this joy and happiness and kindness. You're just in your zone and feeling good.
Yeah, you've
So,
never seen a pissed off person dancing.
right. Unless you're in a mosh pit. At a rock concert in a mosh pit. Yeah.
but but yeah, so it brings all, and if you really think about it, anytime that you dance, are you thinking of X, Y, and Z, or are you present in that moment? And I
No,
think
I'm not
that's
thinking.
huh?
Right, right.
Yeah,
I'm not thinking, oh my gosh, I forgot to send this email
right,
while I'm
right,
dancing.
right,
Yeah,
right.
it's very
Yeah,
true. Very true.
I think that's why I love to dance. It just brings that joy and that,
Right,
yeah,
right. And
yeah.
this escape from the day-to-day world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very true. So find your best position that brings you comfort.
Correct.
I would say would be the first
Mm-hmm.
step to meditating. Um, and you also want to make sure you know your time limit. So like I know when we were at work, we would do it on our break. So it's like, okay, let's do a quick 10-15 minute meditation. We would find one on YouTube and then
Mm-hmm.
just, play it, and we knew how much time we were taking and we can go right back to work. So we actually would do that. So you can squeeze it in whenever you can. I know I've seen like quick 5-minute meditations.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen, meditations when you first wake up. So, and then they have these 8-hour long meditations as well. So I don't know if I'd ever be able to do that,
I
but
know, right?
sounds amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I know they have like chakra aligning meditations. They have a really good selection on YouTube. I know a lot of people download apps that have meditations. I can't think of the one I just had it in my mind, but there are many apps out there that you
Mm-hmm.
can utilize to you know do your meditations, and it would allow you to set that time limit. So if you're more of a, I need to set my watch or my phone alarm type of person, do that. Do whatever makes you feel comfortable and not thinking of how much time
Right.
you're actually there meditating. So you want to make sure you're not thinking of those small details
Mm-hmm.
around you. You want to make sure you're fully in the meditation so that you can fully connect.
And we
So
can let go of,
let go.
yeah, just
Exactly.
let go.
Yeah.
And some meditation, if you all have never tried it, there is different, like Davina said, position. So in the sitting position, you cross your legs, of course, like what is it, crisscross applesauce? How they say it with the kids.
Crisscross applesauce, yeah.
And there's a pillow that you put in your like on your under your butt,
Hmm.
and it props you up. So you're kind of like your pelvis is kind of like inclined in an inclined way. So that way your legs don't go to sleep. So that's one way. And then some people do with their hands up. Some people do like, depending on the fingers. These fingers do have different. I don't want to say definition. Different aspects of what it brings in. So some are for gratefulness. The other one is to connect with the divine. So there's different ones. Just, and once again, yeah.
Okay.
So one quickie one I learned from Gabrielle Bernstein. Whenever you're feeling a little off and you need like a little quickie, and it's not like you can't step away or whatever, all you have to do is peace begins with me. Peace begins with me. Peace begins with me. And you just repeat that over and over, like when you're driving or you're at your desk and you can't go away, or you're at home and you're washing dishes and you can't stop or whatever, but if you're watching the baby, whatever it is, or the kids. So if you do, peace begins with me. Peace begins with
Okay,
me.
so you alternate fingers touching.
You go through every single finger, and it actually is very soothing. So for you, those of you out there that are really pressed for time, that is one way that you can do it. And I've resorted to that one on many occasions.
So just focus on your breathing and alternating touching fingers, or?
To be honest with you, you can, and that's very helpful. But just doing that on its own, like, because you just repeat it and repeat it and repeat it, naturally you will start feeling like the calmness, like your anxiety or your worry, your stress just diminishing.
That's like your emergency quick meditation.
Exactly.
When you're about to
you take out the emergency. Yeah. So that's one with like rush hour,
yeah. Like your 911 quick meditation.
Exactly.
Help. Yeah. But that's a good one. Okay. Peace begins with me, because you're reminding yourself to be peaceful and come back to yourself.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay. And then while you're meditating, you want to always make sure that you're noticing your body and really focusing on what you feel in your body. I remember something that actually has still stuck with me, that I know I pretty much started getting into it because of you. Really going within and really pinpointing what it is in your body that's maybe disturbing you, or just not at peace. So I think it's good for you, not only while you're meditating, all of the time, just notice your body and what feels right to you, what doesn't feel right, what feels off, and maybe you can focus on those areas in your meditation, or at least it'll guide you as to, let's say it's in your solar plexus area. Then you can look at, okay, what type of energies are stored in my solar plexus area, and you can work on, okay, let's just say it's I don't know, do you know, I can't remember right now at this moment, but what emotions am I holding on to that are causing me this discomfort in my solar plexus area?
Solar plexus usually is tied to like power, and when you're feeling like losing control a little bit, or and it's tied with yellow. So anything that has to do with and I'm going blank right now, but the one thing that comes to me is like losing control, losing power, being afraid, not having self-esteem, low self-esteem, feeling less than, boundaries, losing boundaries and stuff like that. So
yes, you're right. It represents self-esteem, pleasure, willpower, personal responsibility, imbalanced attributes, control issues, manipulative tendencies, and misuse of power. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you're misusing your power, but maybe your boss, or I don't know, somebody else around you, receiving that misuse of power, and it's bringing you that discomfort. So that's That's a good point. So,
Solar plexus, for those of you that are not familiar with it, these are the chakras.
mhm,
So we have different points in our body. Solar plexus is underneath your, what is it, your rib cage, like
yeah.
in that area, like that hole
Mhm,
before you go into it. So it's in that area, and it's like I said, it's tied to yellow.
mhm,
So if you're lacking, or if you're feeling, I don't know if you have guys have ever noticed, but if you really pay attention to your bodies, they're very intelligent, and they tell you a lot about yourself and what's going on and what it needs. So if, like Davina said, if you pay attention when you're meditating, or even when you're not, like if you're feeling tense, where am I carrying this? Because your tension, your worry, your stress, your happiness, your whatever, all
mhm,
emotions goes to a specific place in your body, and depending on what it is, like Davina said, if you, when you're meditating or you're checking in with your body, if you're feeling a tightness or a you'll notice as you get more familiar and more comfortable that your own body is going to tell you, like a tightness, or you feel like a I don't want to say a hole, but you know, like when you're really hungry and you feel like, oh my gosh, I really need to eat, sort of like that. And then, that's your body telling you we need to work on that area. And that too can tell you, if you Google, okay, I'm feeling this in this area, like Davina just explained, it has to do with control. It has to do with self-esteem. So then you can think back and say, okay,
mhm,
am I in a situation like this? Am I going through this right now? And then you can work out of that and help yourself to balance yourself and not ground yourself, possibly protect yourself, possibly, or even focus on yourself and do a little bit of self work and try to grow whatever is lacking in that area. So,
yeah, very true. So you have your crown chakra here
mhm.
at the top of your head, and it's like a, would it be like a purple or a
Yeah,
fuchsia?
it's like it's a purple, like indigo purple.
Um, and that's your highest chakra. It represents your connection to the spiritual. It's at
Hmm.
the very top of your head. Um, it can indicate emotional issues like inner or outer beauty. Um, kind of different from self-esteem. It's more like your actual physical um, attributes. And it's also tied to your pineal gland, your brain, and your nervous system.
Hmm.
So I guess if you're feeling something, a blockage here in your crown chakra, you can work on that. Just focus your attention in that area. I like to do all seven chakras, so I'll just go through. We can go through the seven chakras. So we have the third eye chakra, which is right here in the middle of your, or I guess in between your eyebrows, but a little, yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that has to do with intuition, sense of purpose, and direction in life. So if you're feeling a little lost or a little frustrated that you don't know um, what path you're meant to go on, it's good to focus on your third eye chakra. Um, and it's tied to your pituitary gland, your eyes, and your sinuses. So I'll have to remember that, because if you're having sinus issues, maybe do a meditation to help clear out
Hmm.
your third eye chakra, your sinuses. And then you have your throat chakra, which is, of course, in your throat, and that is tied to self expression. So if you're finding difficulty expressing yourself, or you have difficulty receiving other people's information, focus on that throat chakra. It's like a blue color. Um, and it's also tied to your thyroid, respiratory system, teeth, vocal cords. So let's say you're having issues, medical issues with those areas, you can also do your meditation and try to heal those areas and remove any blockage from there. It reminds me of that book you read about curing, what was it? It was how to
You can heal
cure.
your life.
Yes.
You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hayes. And once again,
It.
everybody, any books that we mention or any
Mhm.
specific meditations, we'll put it underneath in the description so
Yes.
you guys can go back and get that information. But yes, it's Walking
Amazing.
Through Your Life, and it's an awesome,
Yes.
awesome book. And
Mm-hmm.
they have a couple of pages that says if you tend to have thyroid issues, or if it says that you get a lot of sore throats,
Mm-hmm.
it tells you what ailment is tied to what area in your body and how to try to heal it
Very
via
interesting. Mm-hmm.
meditation, chakras, and Reiki. So it's pretty awesome.
Then you have your heart chakra, which of course is in your heart area here. It's tied to the color green. That has to do with love, relationships, and self acceptance.
Mm-hmm.
Also tied to your heart, your thymus, lower lungs, circulatory system, and your immune system. So if you're sick, maybe do, a heart chakra cleansing meditation. And then, like we mentioned, you have your solar plexus right below that, right below your rib cage area. And it has to do with your personal power, ability to channel, like we just mentioned. It's tied to your central nervous system, pancreas, liver, digestive tract, and skin. So those of you out there who may have like eczema issues or psoriasis, maybe that'd be a good, or maybe if you just broke out in a rash, I don't know, maybe you're just skin issues. You may want to do a cleansing for that area. And then you have your sacral chakra. Erica, please demonstrate where that. Look at. Just kidding. That's like where would you say like where your pubic bone? Maybe? A little higher. Maybe?
A little bit higher, like between your belly button and your pubic bone.
Okay. Perfect. And that's tied to the color orange. It has to do with sexuality and pleasure. And I know a lot of people do struggle with that, whether, you're just too much in your head and you're not able to release when you're with your sexual partners. Just remember that, it's really important to get that connection with your partners, even if you're by yourself. I mean, it's really important to, sexuality is a really big part of us being human beings. So, don't rob yourself of that pleasure. Of course, be safe about it, but if you have issues with your sexuality and pleasure, you should do maybe a cleansing on your sacral chakra. It's tied to reproductive organs, kidneys, bowels, and immune system. So those of you who have trouble using the restroom, there's a possible solution for you. You just work on cleansing that area. And then you have your root chakra, which is, I guess, at the very base of your body. Would that be like your growing area? Like
yeah, it would be. Like I think it's like right there, like way at the bottom, like where it ends and your legs start.
Yes, yes. And it's tied to the color red. It has to do with career, money mindset, and sense of belonging. Also tied to your spine, your rectum, your legs, your arms, and your circulatory system. So just to throw that out there, those are areas you can focus on to help, cleanse these areas based on what you feel at the moment.
Thank you for that.
Yes. And okay, so once you notice your body and what areas you are trying to maybe cleanse or rejuvenate, re-energize, even if it's just you're stressed and you want to calm down, whatever it is, notice or focus on what it is, the task or the aspect you want to focus on during that meditation. And you want to feel your breath. And what that does, it's another step that allows you to kind of forget about, the outside influences and really focus on you. So by focusing on your breath, you're able to focus on yourself and what is it that, you're looking to benefit or help at that moment.
And one thing, at least for me, when I started meditating, I found it very difficult to like tune out everything,
For sure.
Be patient with yourself. It's okay. We all go through it. It's a process. But one thing, I think the thing that helped me the most was, I'm not sure where I heard it or where I got this tidbit from, but somebody said, or the way I do it, if I have too much and going on into now, it's very easy to go into a meditative state because it's practice. It's just
Yep.
like anything else. Nobody really thinks about driving. You just know how to drive. For those of you that drive, because it's already, it's like
Automatic to you.
it's part of
Yeah.
nature now for you.
Yeah.
So it's natural. So what I do is, if you're having a hard time focusing or staying focused or blocking the outside world, um, envision yourself that you're sitting next to a river, a stream,
Mm.
whichever one, and picture that leaves are falling from a tree and they're falling on this stream or this river. And any thought that comes in, see that thought like landing on that leaf that's passing by and it's taking it away. So here you are trying to concentrate, and then you think, oh, what am I going to make for dinner? Let that flow through your mind. See it get on that leaf and let it flow away. Then another, oh, I think I need to use the bathroom. I should have used the bathroom before I started meditating. It's okay. Put that on that leaf and let it wash away.
Mm-hmm.
So anything, you have a lot of thoughts, you will notice. And just as it's coming, put it on that leaf and let it flow. Let it flow. And as you practice, you're going to find yourself that you're going to be able to concentrate, or you're going to be able to get on that zone much faster.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a matter of practice. But that's something that helped me, and that's something that helps me when I'm too wired up, I guess, to just settle down and focus.
Yep. That's a good point. I think I tend to just go deeper into my imagination. So if it's a guided meditation, I really try to picture what they're talking about. And if those thoughts come in, for me, I just go back and, okay, see, I'm back in this place, back in this place. And then, really focus on every word that the person is saying. And then after that, it kind of just, that's what I'm focusing on, my mind and what they're saying and what's around me and my imagination. So those are.
And it's very helpful. I mean, if you're listening to a guided meditation, it's easier because you are focused on what they're saying.
Right.
But if you're doing meditation to where you're just listening to like nature music or sound or like waves, ocean waves or birds or whatever, that's when you would want to try to use those tips to try to just blank your mind. And it's amazing because eventually you will be able to do it no problem, and you'll be able to connect really quickly. And
good point. Good point. There is a big difference between listening to a guided meditation and doing it on your own. So good point. Okay, so you really want to, as we're talking about, notice when your mind is wandering, and be kind to your wandering mind. I think that's what we were getting at with it's okay. It's okay. Don't get mad at yourself. It happens to everybody, honestly. So you're not, some freak of nature because, you can't get yourself to focus. It happens to us all. And then you really want to close with kindness. So you really want to close it with, just positivity and really focusing on what you want the rest of your day to be. Maybe that would be a good time to, for those of you out there who are into like the gratitude journals or just giving gratitude, that'd be a perfect time to, give your gratitude. Thank you for my family. Thank you for, food that we get. Thank you for, as my son says, thank you for all of the animals. Yeah, as he goes through the list. So that's your time to really focus on gratitude if that's what you feel like doing. Thanking the higher power, thanking your angels, and just closing it in a positive way. However, whatever feels natural and good to you.
One thing that I did learn from, I don't remember who it was initially, but Carrie Samuels also does it. She closes everything with so, and so it is. That and so it is it's pretty much like a blanket for everything that all intentions across dimensions, pretty much.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember who was that. I can't remember off the top of my head, but that's pretty much what it's saying. So it is including everything and giving your things, giving your gratitude, giving your love, and not only on this earth plane, but also across dimensions. So that's also one. That's the one I tend to use.
Yeah.
So,
And so it is. That's a good one because by also saying and so it is, it's like you're releasing any expectations you have.
mm-hmm,
It's like
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
this is our life, this is our world, and this is how it is.
Exactly.
And so it is.
And also when you're open to receiving whatever, you're not pretty much you're letting go of that expectation of
Right.
this should be this way.
Mm-hmm.
Especially on a meditation, because usually meditation is also when you're going through a tough time or you're wanting to have that one-on-one conversation with your spiritual team. So and so it is pretty much giving them that that backpack, if you want to say it, that's filled with all your worries or with your wants, needs, or whatever, and you're saying, "This is what I want, and please bring me what's the best or highest good for
Mm-hmm.
us all." So, for everybody that's involved.
Yeah, very true. So, if you have a meditation ready to go, it would be nice for all of us to kind of go along with you on, this quick meditation and just really feel the benefits of it. And again, everybody, you can save this podcast, you can save this video, and come back to it as you need, and we'll just go along the ride, and we'll all. It'll kind of be nice because as everybody is watching, you're kind of sending out that love into the universe as well. So if you'd be so kind.
Okay, so I'm going to do a little guided meditation. Mind you, this is the first time that I'm sharing with everybody, so be kind to me. So. But this is just an example of how it looks like and how you can do it. So in case you've never done it, this is how it is. So if you could please sit, find a comfortable position, sitting, laying down, sideways, however, standing up, that's also doable. Close your eyes. If you're driving, please do not do this.
Don't close your eyes if you're driving.
And do it once you get to wherever you're at, or pull over and then follow it. It's only going to be a little bit, so it's not going to be long. So if you could breathe in, and also when you breathe in, please make sure to use your stomach muscles, pushing your stomach out, and then followed by your diaphragm, and then breathe out. If you feel like you should breathe out with your nose, breathe out with your nose. If you feel like you need to breathe out with your mouth open, do that as well. There's no right or wrong way to do it. So breathe in, expanding your stomach, followed by your diaphragm, and then breathe out. Exhale, exhale everything. Let's do this 2 more times. Feel the earth beneath your feet. Feel the soles of your feet rooted down deep, deep on the earth. Connecting with all the web of life. Feel how that feels in your body. What kind of sensations are you feeling? Pay attention to your body and see how it feels. Bring awareness to the base of your spine. Feel that sensation at the base of your spine, your root chakra. and picture a white light coming from your root chakra and a thick grounding cord going down to the center of the earth. Sit with that for a little bit and feel how that feels. Feel the magnetic energy of the earth and pulling that grounding cord down and connecting with it. Anchoring you, anchoring your energy, and just relax for a little bit there. As you relax, as your consciousness settles into your body, feel your energy now growing, expanding from your heart, expanding from your solar plexus, expanding from your throat chakra, expanding from your root chakra, and expanding from your third eye and your crown chakra. Just envision that energy expanding, expanding, expanding. Breathe in and breathe out. Now that you're grounded, calling your spirit guides, your archangels, the divine. Just feel how beautiful it feels to be connected with them. And feel a light radiating from your energy. Not only from the front of your body, but also from the back of your body. From your feet to your head and all around. You are present, you're grounded, and you're shining bright. Now start feeling your body, move if you need to. Start feeling your fingers, start feeling your toes. Start feeling your head. And connect back to your physical body. And so it is.
That was so relaxing. Thank you for
You're
that.
welcome.
And I kept seeing like revolving purple and green light.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Green is healing. Green is healing, and purple is actually connecting to the higher power and connecting to to source and receiving information. So
Great.
and it's something as simple as that. I mean, I'm no expert by all means. This is just stuff that I hear, and you could do something just like this. Just put this music, and whatever comes to your mind, and whatever you want to release, and whatever you want to connect. This is sort of what I was saying, where it's grounding and meditating at the same time. You're grounding the earth. I hope this helps you guys. That's one way, or helps you guys see how meditation can be.
Right.
It doesn't have to be super intense. Mind you, when I started with 15 minutes, but I quickly gravitated to an hour and a half. I was doing an hour and then an hour and a half. I haven't done that in a long time. I think that's when I needed it the most, because once again, I was going with how I was feeling. And when I was doing 15 minutes, it wasn't enough. So I didn't have children back then, so I could take the time. Me and my husband, I was married, yes, but he's a grown man. He could take care of himself. So I didn't have any obstacles in a way. I was really focused on growing that side of me, and I think that's why I was able to grow so quickly in
Right.
such a short amount of time because I was dedicating that time because I was able to.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't have to be that. Now that I have a daughter, like I told you guys on the last podcast, it's a little challenging. I do it more at night when I have a little bit of time for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I fall asleep, and it's okay because what I've learned is that even though you fall asleep, you're still getting that information. You're still receiving that help, guidance, healing, whatever it may be. So don't be afraid. There's no wrong way, and it's gonna work out.
Right. And it's funny because I tend to do like a loving kindness meditation, which is focusing on my attitude and uh, outpouring like love to everybody and trying to focus on what the true meaning of life and connection are. So, that's one type of meditation I like to do. I think it just brings out this positivity and this loving energy from me, because I do tend to get very stressed, just because of my schedule and everything I have to do. I find that brings me a lot of peace. So
See, like for Davina, I do a lot of grounding because, like I told you, like I've mentioned before, I tend to stay up in the skies, and I'm very airy fairy, and being an empath, that's one of
mm-hmm.
the qualities, I guess, that you're so airy fairy that you tend to forget to stay grounded. So that's how I do a lot of grounding meditation,
Yeah.
because that works for me. For
Yeah.
Davina, it works that love meditation. There's a ton, like I said, or like Davina had mentioned, there's a ton on YouTube, and they're great. The ones that I tend to and I love, and I mention it over and over again, is Carrie Sanders. She brings this amazing energy.
Oh yeah,
I
she's
connect
amazing.
with on a very deep level. So I have a ton of meditations from her, and she has one that if you sign up for her website, and her website, she sends you a whole bunch of free stuff all the time. So I have a ton of meditations that she sends, and she does grounding. She does letting go of control. She has and it's not necessarily called letting go of control, but it's connecting with your angels and how to let go. And then she has a ton. But those are the ones. Gabrielle Bernstein is another one that I really like.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Hay House is also a good source. Hay House is a publishing company from Louise Hayes. She passed already. She created that, and there's a ton of different people there that they focus on certain things, so you can find people there.
Right. Yep, I agree. And there you can also do like we mentioned, the body scan,
Yes.
relaxation meditation. So you really focus on any areas that are lacking and that you want to improve. You have mindfulness meditations, which kind of pushes you to remain aware and present at the moment. I know so it helps with negative emotions, focus, memory, lessens impulsiveness or emotional reactions. And so if you find that, let's just say you have like this event coming up, or if you're a student, or there's just something important that you need to focus coming up, that would be a good meditation to do. It really focuses on your breathing and your awareness. There's yoga, as we had mentioned. You can do yoga as a form of meditation. You can do, and there's Zen meditations. I know that's big for Buddhists, people who practice Buddhism, and it's similar to the mindfulness meditation, but it requires more discipline and practice.
And it's longer period.
Longer. I think that's why.
Longer.
Yeah. There's transcendental meditation, where you remain seated and breathe slowly. I think these are more advanced meditations, but I just thought I'd throw it out there just in case you find that it's a path that leads you to something that's meant for you or that you like at the moment, or maybe you end up going that route. The goal there is just transcend or rise above your current state of being. So
Mhm.
for those of you who are interested in trying ayahuasca or some sort of spiritual enhancing, I guess it would be considered a drug, although it's not in the sense of the normal street drugs, but it just helps people connect to their spiritual self. And a lot of people use it in ceremonies in Brazil or wherever
Yeah.
you can find it. But if you're not into those type of things, there are other ways that can help you be kind of get a glimpse at those spiritual worlds. So the transcendental meditation, I've heard a lot of stories on YouTube of how these people really have these spiritual divine experiences where they
Mhm.
get to meet their spirit guides, they get to meet their angels, they get to. So for those of you out there who are interested in that but not necessarily wanting to go as far as trekking across the world and getting this ayahuasca ceremonies, so that maybe transcendental meditation is something for you.
If you really look about a transcendental, the word transcend, that
Yeah,
goes with
transcend world.
transcend.
Yeah, yeah. So just a few out there if you want to Google and look more into it. Like I said, maybe it'll lead you to that, or maybe it'll lead you somewhere else.
There's also Kundalini
Kundalini.
yoga. I love the yoga that I tried Kundalini yoga or meditation, um, or it's not called Kundalini meditation, it's Kundalini yoga, but
Mhm.
there is on YouTube Kundalini meditation, and pretty much Kundalini is a lot of it's it's not so much like your typical yoga where you're using like these body poses and the downward dog
Yeah,
and
yeah.
these other positions, but it's more based on your breath and control and mind, and you do poses, but it's more opening either your root chakra, and then they have you do these
Mantra.
poses, mantras, and poses too,
Mhm.
which is kind of strange. Like one I can think of, it was the butterfly, and you pretty much you were sitting or you were laying in your back, and then you open your legs like open as much as you can, and your feet are like this, and then you are either breathing a certain way or you're saying a mantra. And I really liked it. I found it a little difficult when it comes to the breathing. The one that I really liked was the Breath of Fire. Um, yeah, it's called Breath of Fire, and it's pretty much you. As you advance, you go faster, but you pretty much, once again, breathing when you're meditating. For those of you if you're not used to it, you know how us women, or at least I do this, you try to suck your stomach in.
Mhm.
In this case, you pretty much you let it hang out and you actually push your stomach out. So when you're breathing, you want to breathe through your stomach first, like breathe into your stomach, and then go up to your what is it, to your diaphragm.
Mhm.
So, and your lungs are the last ones to expand. And it takes a little bit of practice at first, but it will, with practice, it gets used to it,
Mhm.
easier, and you get used to it. But this breath of fire, it's pretty much you, and it's all through your nose, and you breathe in, and then you breathe out.
Mhm.
So your stomach is going doom, doom, doom.
Oh, like in short bursts.
It's
Ah,
super.
okay.
So what you do is it's more, it's not the length, because eventually it's anywhere from 30 seconds to 10 minutes, but try doing that. I started getting dizzy, so I had to slow down, but some people do it really fast, like
Ah.
that's the goal for Breath of Fire. But when you're starting, you just go slow like I did it the first
Mhm.
time. And so that's another one. Kundalini, if you guys want to look at the Breath of Fire, it's actually pretty cool. And I'll post a link to like the steps for it. And what that helps is it, of course, lower stress, it boosts your brain function, improve respiratory. health, increases mindfulness, concentration, strengthens your abdominal. Supposedly, it strengthens your abdominal muscle. So I should probably
Mhm.
and improve your digestion. So like every meditation, everything has its benefits. So as long as you're doing something, you know.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right. And that's funny that you mentioned the breath of fire because that's very similar to something that I recently ran across. It's a meditation to release your DMT,
Huh?
which, yeah, I can't remember what it's called, but I refer to it as meditation to release DMT, which the DMT is called the spirit molecule. We all have it. It occurs naturally in plants, animals, people. And it's funny because there's this guided meditation on YouTube to help release that. And they use that breath of fire. It's
Uh,
quick in and out.
uh-huh.
They do it about 30 times, I want to say, and then you hold it in for about a minute on your last one, and it's supposed to help you release DMT naturally in your body. And that's funny that you say you got dizzy because that's one of the side effects of your body releasing that DMT.
Yeah.
So, by doing it 2 or 3 times, however much you can stand it, it actually helps you release that DMT, which can give you like I don't want to say psychedelic effect, but it gives you this effect of like euphoria or like
It releases like your what is that uh, I can't think of that word. It's not cortisol. It's the other one.
yeah, your oh my gosh, why can't I even think of it?
A happy hormone. You
Your
know,
happy hormone.
a happy hormone.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah. So maybe that's why. But I'm telling you, it's pretty cool. Try it if you want to, if you feel called to. But it's pretty neat.
Right, right. Also, too, for those of you who like getting massages, do a meditation while you're getting a massage, if you don't mind. I know sometimes you just want to just lie there and whatever, but if you have a busy day and you're getting a massage, you're lucky enough to get one in the day, and you feel like, that would help you. That's another good way to kind of squeeze it in there. So we hope you have happy journeys with your meditations. And Erica, you have your angel cards ready.
I do. And just to recap, so meditation, step one, sit in a comfortable position, however that may look for you. Sit, lay, stand. Step two, or before you even start, think of what you want. What's your intention during that meditation? Whether you want to find your guided meditation or non-guided. And then step two is, like Davina said, release. Try to focus. Try to lock everything and just let go.
Mm-hmm.
And then step three, go through your guided or through your meditation, and then at the end, close with gratitude or thank yous. And yeah, so yep, it's as simple as that, and it can be
It
as short
is.
as 5 minutes to whatever amount of hours you feel called to do.
Yep. And like Erica said, as you do it more and more, it will be like second nature to you. You'll find that something that took you, maybe 30 minutes, an hour, you're able to shorten it and get the same benefits.
Exactly.
So
Such a
remember that. Yeah.
Okay. So I did get our angel card, and it's Queen of Earth, and it's thoughtful, creative, warm, sensible. And as always, I will post these on our because sometimes it's not very visible. So I'll post it on our Instagram, Facebook, so you guys can see it. But it says, make time for those around you. Interesting enough. Take a sensible approach. Deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. Okay, and the if there's a situation or for a situation, remember to enjoy time with other people. You have much to give, whether to family, friends, or those less fortunate. Handle any challenges with understanding and warmth, but also with confidence and resourcefulness. So, in it for people around you or for yourself, someone who cares about others and is quick to lend a hand. So it's more for yourself. Some if you get this Queen of Earth. Someone who cares about others and is quick to lend a hand. A person who's warm, creative, intelligent, and able to effectively solve problems. Unselfish, family oriented, sensible, excellent with money, down to earth, yet enjoys beautiful things. Additional meanings of this card: prosperity, a sensible approach, a green thumb, a love of children and animals, sensuality.
Hmm. Okay. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you for posting the picture, because those cards are so beautiful
Yeah,
that
they're so
they
detailed. I love them.
so beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, everybody. That's our podcast for today. Many blessings to everybody. Let your mind be open, embrace change, and keep growing.
Happy meditating.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.